जब दिल्ली के लोग ऑक्सीजन और दवाओं के लिए भटक रहे थे, तब इन लोगों का पूरा फोकस अपना शीश महल बनवाने में था।
देखिए, ये मॉडल नहीं है, ये म्यूजियम है करप्शन का, अरविंद केजरीवाल का। उस कैग की रिपोर्ट में 139 क्वेश्चन तो ये पूछे गए हैं कि आपने परमिशन किससे ली है।
तो 2700 करोड़ के प्रधानमंत्री जी के आवास पे और 8,500 करोड़ के हवाई जहाज पे और 10 लाख के सूट पे कोई रिपोर्ट आई क्या?
Viewers, it's a story the Times now broke in May 2023 and it has become one of the biggest talking points ahead of the Delhi Assembly polls. BJP and Prime Minister Modi have made it the focal point of their attack against the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal. After the Prime Minister hurled the Sheesh Mahal Jibe at the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP today cited the CAG report on expenditure on the former Chief Minister's official residence to attack Arvind Kejriwal. The CAG report has blown the lid off the massive escalation in estimated cost for remodeling of the then Chief Minister's residence. What began as a 7.91 crore rupee project to remodel the house in 2020 ballooned into an astronomical estimate of 33.66 crore rupees by 2022. As per the CAG report, the escalation in cost is a staggering 342.31% above the initial estimated cost. The BJP says that this cost is only till 2022 and the actual cost of Shish Mahal could be around 75 to 80 crore rupees. But what led to this escalation in cost as revealed in the CAG report? Let's break this down for you. So these are really some of the equipments or some of the components that were bought in. Sheer curtain and a main curtain for 96 lakh rupees. Kitchen equipment for 39 lakh rupees. Marble stone for the walls at 66.89 lakh rupees. Apart from this, there were floor tiles of about 14 lakh rupees, a TV console of 20 lakh rupees and a minibar unit of 4 lakh rupees as well that were part of the Sheesh Mahal as it's being called now. An L-shaped sofa of 6.4 lakhs, treadmill and gym equipment of 18.52 lakhs, kitchen equipment of 39.08 lakhs as well. Silk carpet for 16.2 lakh rupees, a round dining table for 4.89 lakh rupees and upholstered bed for 3.99 lakh rupees as well. 4 leather cladding at 5.45 lakhs, Burma teak and veneer make mirror for 2.39 lakhs, art piece in 24 karat gold leaf at 3.34 lakhs as well that was present. So this is the story that Times now broke in May 2023. Let's open this up for debate for the moment.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest now. Joining us is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, is with us. We also have Dr. Piyush Joshi, political analyst. Also with us is Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst. Let me start with you first. Piyush Joshi, what justifies this expense? Of course, it's a huge political issue. The Prime Minister is now attacking the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal on the campaign trail. But what is the most damaging is the fact that the CAG report is now out in the public domain. And these are not mere allegations anymore. These are hard facts.
So this is a hard fact that the CAG report mentions there is a 300% increase in the estimated cost. And that is a hard fact. But where is the case of corruption? Number one, are we able to...
May I respond to that?
Just hold on.
May I respond to that, sir? May I just tell you why? I just want to set the narrative. You can respond to this. The only reason this becomes so important is that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, when he first came to power, his cabinet came out to say, look here, we're not going to take Lal Batti gadis. He said, we are not going to take bungalows. And there was a huge pomp and show around that. The point over here is that for a party that calls itself the Aam Aadmi Party And there is so much, that is, carefully crafted in terms of the image of Mr. Kejriwal and several of his party leaders as being common citizens. This, completely contrasts those claims made earlier. That's why it's problematic, isn't it?
Absolutely, that's why it's problematic, and this kind of campaign by Bharatiya Janata Party is certainly problematic for the Bharatiya Janata Party itself and nobody else. Certainly not Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party. How? Let me explain. The Prime Minister started by saying that Arvind Kejriwal made a house for himself. Now, where is Kejriwal living right now? Who's occupying that particular house? Is any member of Aam Aadmi Party occupying that particular house right now? Ideally, Atishi should be living in that house because that is the official residence of the Chief Minister of Delhi. That is not a personal house or personal property of Arvind Kejriwal, as the Prime Minister is alleging in a public rally. So the Prime Minister is wrong and lying through his teeth when he's saying that he made a house for himself. It's the official residence of the Chief Minister of Delhi. If tomorrow, let's say, BJP wins, though it is a far-fetched dream, they can keep daydreaming about a win in Delhi. But if BJP wins, the BJP's leader or the whosoever the Chief Minister BJP appoints is going to live in that house. So right now, and so, just to say that I would, love that the BJP takes this campaign to
got your point. Let BJP respond.
Aam Aadmi Party take how many schools they built.
I'm coming to that. We'll come to governance. Let's go point by point, please, because otherwise
let's fight an election.
Piyush, I'm requesting you. Otherwise, the debate becomes very difficult to handle. Please let's go point by point, please. You've made a point as far as BJP is concerned. I want Sanju Verma to respond to you on that. That this allegation is going to hurt the BJP is Piyush Joshi's charge. Respond, please.
Madhav, I'm appalled and amused because the Aam Aadmi Party today does not even have a rock to hide under. This is the party which stormed to power 10 years back saying, हम तो जी राजनीति बदलने आए हैं, हम तो जी कट्टर ईमानदार हैं, हम तो जी दिल्ली का चेहरा बदल देंगे. और दिल्ली का चेहरा तो नहीं बदला, but शीश महल के चलते Arvind Kejriwal has actually showcased how you can have education from the best institutions, but if you're not committed to what you proposed to be in the first place, then you end up being who you are, out on bail, not on grounds of merit, but out on bail simply on technical and procedural grounds. But the more important point is this, very quickly. I've worked in the corporate sector for donkey's years, and Madhav, there is an unwritten rule and a written one also. If you're traveling by taxi, you can only claim taxi fare. If you're traveling by business class, you can claim business class fare. You cannot, travel in economy and then charge a company for business class fare, because that is called over-invoicing. That is called inflating your expenses. And there are top-notch executives who have lost their jobs. Can I take you back to a little over 2 years? Very quickly. I think your audience will understand.
Yeah, conclude your point, please.
Yes. There's a man called Ashneer Grover, the founder of Bharat Pay. The only reason shareholders ousted him from the company that he founded was because he inflated his travel expenses. He inflated expenses that he made to vendors who were non-existent. He made bogus payments to consultants that did not exist. And dicta is the case with Arvind Kejriwal.
Let me bring in others now, please. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, I want you to come in on this. He says this doesn't work. Sanju Verma says this doesn't work in the corporate sector. Over-invoicing cannot be allowed. You can only, sail on one boat at a time. You can't pretend to be the Aam Aadmi Party, Aam Aadmi, and then have a luxury, lavish lifestyle. The two don't go together.
Madhav, this is not a private company I'm talking about. This is the government of India I'm talking about. 10 lakh suit, 10 lakh rupees suit, 1 lakh rupees watch, 1.4 lakh rupees glasses, Mont Blanc pens of 1.3 lakh, 1.5 crore rupees mushroom per month, and 2,661 crore spent in offices.
No, what is the proof of this mushroom? 1 second. Akashdeep Muni, one second. Akashdeep Muni, what is this cost of mushroom that you're stating? 1 second, just let's go one by one. This is a CAG report. Is there any document to prove what you're saying?
Let me start my starting comments of 20 seconds, sir, please.
Sir, but I'm saying please don't make unsubstantiated claims. Let's be responsible.
I am making all the substantiated claims. You prove me wrong.
Sir, it is your claim. It is for you to prove that it is right. It's not my job to prove you wrong.
I'm saying that.
What is the basis?
This data is in the directory of Delhi. You prove
Directory of Delhi.
I'm saying this.
What directory is this in? Mushrooms. Seriously.
Madhavji, this is very. You don't let me complete my 10 seconds, and you.
Sir, I am only asking. I'll give you 60 seconds or 180 seconds, but please don't say things which are not confirmed. The other allegations, certainly Sanju Verma can respond to that. I have no problem. But at least stick to facts, please. Stick to facts. That's my only request to you.
No, I am sticking to facts. I'm again saying that 1.5 crore mushrooms per month, as per the details in media reports. 1.5 crore rupees mushroom per month.
Okay, Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, since these are allegations on the Prime Minister, his allegation is that things are... Tehseen also, I'm coming to you in just a minute, but since there's a direct question on PM, I want Sanju Verma to respond.
No, Madhav, I'm very clear. You know, this entire narrative, latkana, atkana, bhatkana, debate is on Kejriwal's stinking corruption. I will not allow a paid darbari of Kejriwal to deflect the attention to Prime Minister.
Okay,
Narendra
let's not get personal, please. Yeah.
Impeccable credentials when it comes to
No personal comments, please.
Completely incorruptible. Na khaunga, na khane dunga. Your Kejriwal initially had an estimate of renovation of 7.61 crores. Finally, the renovation work of Shish Mahal was completed for 33.66 crore, a 342% jump. Point number one. Point number two, there is a camp office for which 19.22 crore was given, but that camp office construction was never completed. और आपने लगभग 20 करोड़ दे दिया vendors को.
Okay.
Then there is a staff office
Yeah.
for which you gave 16.54 crore.
Okay.
Staff office does not exist.
Okay, let me bring in Tehseen now. Let me bring in Tehseen now. Tehseen, you know, for the Congress party, you are in alliance. And, you know, the Congress spoke extensively about this so-called Sheesh Mahal. When the story first broke, you lashed out at the Aam Aadmi Party. Yet, the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party fought together in the Lok Sabha elections. Now you're fighting separately and again attacking the Aam Aadmi Party. At least there should be some consistency in the position, sir.
Good evening, Madhav. Thank you so much for having me on the show. There are two issues that I want to raise here. Number one, the Sheesh Mahal story, which was broken rightly by your channel at Times Now, and today has been proved correct by the CAG report, continues to be an issue for the Aam Aadmi Party. Even if the governance is at a parliamentary level on the Lok Sabha level, this particular issue concerns the people of Delhi. Now, I do get what Dr. Akashdeep Pune, Dr. Piyush Joshi are saying. This is not the personal residence of Arvind Kejriwal. I absolutely get it, and I completely submit to that point, except that what the CAG report says, and that is damning, is that, listen, the preliminary estimates for the work was 7.91 crores. That then went up to 8.60 crores, and then finally it was completed at 33.66 crores, as the BJP spokesperson pointed that out. Some of the consultants were doubtful. There was restricted tendering. Now, the question to be asked here is, what was the need for all of this? This is point number one that comes out about Sheesh Mahal. Point number two, and which is a larger issue about Sheesh, which concerns the Aam Aadmi Party, is their lack of keeping their word when it comes to promises. Now, let me accept that in Delhi they have a problem with the LG. Let me accept it. So they haven't fulfilled their promises. What stops the Aam Aadmi Party from giving the 1,000 rupees to the women in Punjab that they had promised 2.5 years ago? There they don't have an LG problem. So the fact of the matter is that the Aam Aadmi Party is only misleading. And as I had on your debate at the end of last year, it's made a comment. That comment is still valid. That they launch all these schemes, the cabinet does not even pass those schemes. Tell me, where are those schemes being passed? There the LG is not interrupting them. So what the Aam Aadmi Party is doing is only deflecting issues. This is the same political party that was asking how many air conditioners Sheila Dixit had in her toilet. That was not correct. That was not.
Let Piyush Joshi respond to that.
What was the food her dogs were eating? How much was the food her dogs were eating? That was below the belt.
Yeah. Piyush Joshi, respond to that, because your question is that there is no corruption over here. I think Tehseen points out to how these cost escalations do raise very serious questions. At the end of the day, it's a taxpayer money. It's the common public that is actually funding all this. Absolutely. And that's why it becomes important for us to debate.
Madhav, I totally agree with you on this particular point. By all means, do investigate the matter. Who has stopped you from investigating with all the investigating agencies under your, under your hammer? So you go ahead and investigate whether there is any misappropriation of public funds. Go ahead and investigate whether there is any corruption, and do that by all means. But at least fight this election on whether Kejriwal has delivered on his promises. He himself admitted that as far as Yamuna Cleaning is concerned, he was not able to deliver on that, and he needs more time to do that. But on other promises, whether he has been able to reform the educational infrastructure, whether he has been able to supplement the healthcare infrastructure, whether the
10
life
years
of
is a
an
long
ordinary
time, sir.
Madhavji, just 10 more seconds. You know, whether the life of an average Delhiite has become easier because of Kejriwal in governance.
I want Tehseen to respond to that. Tehseen, is it true?
Answer, and that's the
Let's remember that neither is the Yamuna clean as was promised by him, nor is the air of Delhi clean. So I think those are the most basic things. Leave everything else, sir. At least water and air are the most basic things required for life for any citizen anywhere. But Tehseen, please respond.
Dr. Piyush, may I make a personal comment before I give you data? My own child, I couldn't give him birth in Delhi. I had to move him to Pune. And I'm fortunate because of the quality of air in Delhi. And kids don't deserve this. Water is a problem. Your water bills are a problem. Let me ask you specific questions. The Sanjeevani Yojana that you all keep tom-tomming is not notified by the cabinet. Yes or no? You haven't given the women the 1,000 rupees in Punjab. You haven't given it to them in Delhi. Can you name the 50 colleges that you've started in Delhi? Can you name the 50 hospitals that you've started in Delhi? No, you cannot name it. The fact of the matter is neither in Punjab, neither in Delhi fulfill your promise. But one last point. You all wrote to par on the Lokpal Lokayukta. Now I accept in Delhi the LG is troubling you. Why in Punjab have you not got the Lokpal or the Lokayukta? Because all you all have done is...
Dr. Akashdeep Muni should respond to that. Along with the promises made, why haven't they been implemented in 3 years? Why no Lokpal, no Lokayukta there in Punjab, sir? The same thing that Mr. Kejriwal campaigned for?
See, Madhav, there are 2-3 points I want to make. I'll take only 60 seconds. Now, first of all, the point I was making regarding the Honorable Prime Minister. Honorable Prime Minister said that he was a fakir and jhola utha ke chal denge. He never had...
Please answer my questions. Dr. Muni, this is not correct. We have taken the debate beyond that. She has answered that question. We have moved on. Please answer the questions about the party's own role over here in Delhi.
I have not given. Chalo, take it. Now you ask that... Now you ask that why the...
Let him respond, yeah.
Punjab has not
Dr. Muni.
been fulfilled, right? You are talking about why the 1,000 rupees promise in Punjab has not been fulfilled. There are 3 more years for us and it will be done. It will be done and then the election goes. There are many promises that...
What about the last 2.5 years, sir?
No, in 2020. In 2020, the Honorable Prime Minister was on a campaign range and said that the Land Reform Act will be again done with and Section 81 and Section 33 of the Land Reform Act in Delhi will be removed, by which the people of Delhi will be getting the land.
Okay, Sanju Verma, now respond to that. He says it's not just us, even the BJP has not fulfilled some of its promises. That's his argument. Respond to him.
Now, Madhav, I need to make one point very quickly. If people make reckless allegations about the Prime Minister, we will drag them to the court. And I'm warning Akashdeep Muni, reckless allegations against the Prime Minister, आपको court घसीट कर लेकर जाएंगे. Court घसीट कर लेकर जाएंगे, शांत रहो. Now let me come in. Madhav, let's be very clear about one thing. As Tehseen said, I normally disagree with him, but these people said we have built 45 flyovers. You ask them to name 10 flyovers, they will say हमें नहीं मालूम. They will say we have built 25 new colleges. You ask them to name 5 colleges, हमें नहीं पता. You ask them to name 500 new schools that they say they have opened. ये कहेंगे हमें नहीं पता. Today there are 547 schools in Delhi which either don't have a principal or don't have a vice principal. These guys opened more than 586 mohalla clinics, out of which 546 mohalla clinics have turned into dump yards.
Okay.
ये कहते थे हम दिल्ली की जनता को साफ पीने का पानी देंगे.
All right, Sanju Verma, we have some breaking news coming in. I have to interrupt you over there. Sanju Verma, Tehseen Poonawalla, Dr. Piyush Joshi and Dr. Akashdeep Muni, thanks so much for joining us. A rare moment where we see Sanju Verma and Tehseen Poonawalla, sharing the same opinion, but that's the nature of this story, perhaps, that at the Delhi elections, that we'll see a lot more of BJP and Congress sharing the agenda rather than fighting it out. And more breaking news coming in at the moment.